Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Endangered Sportsmanship. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. The idea is to try to win by playing the game well, avoid harmful or threatening behavior, and accept the results even if you don't like them. Okay, so use the idea is to describe the intention or goal of some activity. Okay, so let me explain more. So I think the key word here is the word intention, alright? Or goal as well, 목표. So what does the word intention mean? Well, it means 의사 or 의도, right? So we're looking at the intention of the idea to describe intention or goal of some activity, 행동. So if we look at the first example, when you watch a movie in a foreign language, the idea is to just catch what you can. Don't worry if you can't understand everything. So in simple English, we could simply say, when you watch a foreign language, a movie in a foreign language, the intention, the goal is to understand what you can. Don't worry if you can't understand everything. 외국어로 영화를 볼 때 그 생각은 그저 여러분이 할 수 있는 것을 찾자는 것입니다. 여러분이 모든 것을 이해할 수 없다고 해서 걱정하지 마세요. Or, in negotiation, the idea is to find the solution that is good for both sides. So, 협상에서 양쪽 모두에게 좋은 해결책을 찾는 것이 아이디어다. Yes, so when you're negotiating, the best solution, the best goal, the best intention is to find something that suits both sides of the negotiation table. Another example I'll give you is the idea is to prevent accidents. So you could say 방하는 사고를 방치하지는 것이다. So the idea is to prevent accidents, like, I don't know, wearing a seatbelt, for instance. Okay, now let's move on to 2번. 2번. If the player thought that this would help his basketball career, he was mistaken. Okay, so we have highlighted if the player thought that. He was mistaken. So use if one thinks that one is mistaken. To describe an incorrect idea, that the word that is often dropped, as in the second example. Okay, so in simple terms, if I could explain it in Korean, like so, 이렇게 생각한다면 사실 잘못 생각하다, or 실망하다, or 아니다, or 오해하다. So, I should put that underneath here, sorry. So, for the first example here, if you think that taking drugs will make your life more enjoyable, you are mistaken. 마약을 먹으면 삶이 더 즐거워질 것이라고 생각하면 오해합니다. You're incorrect. You've misunderstood. Or, if Volodya's parents thought he was a good boy, they were mistaken. 만약 블로디아의 부모가 블로디아를 착한 아이라고 생각했다면, 블로디아의 부모는 착각한 것이다. So what it means is that Volodya is not a good boy, or was not a good boy. Now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. When you exercise, the idea is to. I think this one is easy. Stay healthy. So, 운동을 할 때 건강을 유지하는 것이 생각입니다. 아니면 운동을 할 때는 건강을 유지하는 것이 의도입니다. It's the intention that we are talking about. 2번. When you the idea is to so don't worry about So when you learn a new language, the idea is to communicate. So don't worry about grammar too much. So 다른 언어를 배울 때 의사소통을 한다는 생각이니 문법에 대해서는 너무 걱정하지 마세요. Okay, 3번. If thought that they were mistaken. So remember when we said if you think that taking drugs will make your life more enjoyable, you are mistaken. So 마약을 먹으면 삶이 더 즐거워질 것이라고 생각하면 오해합니다. 오산이다. Okay, so if let's say the team thought that they were going to win easily, they were mistaken. 팀이 쉽게 이길 것이라고 생각했다면 착각한 것이다. Alright. And last one, 4번. If thinks he can, he is mistaken. If the student thinks he can cheat on the test, he is mistaken. 만약 그 학생이 시험에서 보정 행위를 할 수 있다고 생각한다면 그는 잘못 생각한 것이다. Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. In soccer, people often have disagreements about stoppage time. Why is this? 축구에서 사람들은 종종 정지 시간에 대해 의견 충돌이 있습니다. 왜 그럴까요? Obviously, in the game of football, soccer, stoppage time is an approximate number of how many minutes were wasted within the original time. So, though the referees might say there are 6 minutes overtime, that's still what they take into account is also time wasted within extra time. So, example, someone pretends to get fake an injury, someone slows down the play. That means that sometimes the stoppage time also goes over time. And usually the people who complain are the teams that lose in that situation. 2번. In the US, sports are a big part of high school. How about in your country? Do you think that it's good for schools to focus on a lot of sports? 미국은 고등학교 생활에서 스포츠가 차지하는 비중이 큽니다. 당신의 나라에는 어떤가요? 학교에서 스포츠에 집중을 많이 한 것이 좋다고 생각하나요? In Korea, sports are very important, especially sports like baseball and especially these days, football, soccer. I think they are a big part because usually what happens is after high school, they are scouted by professional teams. So high school time, or the time in high school, is very important for scouts to try and recruit up-and-coming talent. So in Australia, it's the exact same thing. We just have different kinds of sports compared to Korea. Instead of baseball, rugby is very popular in Australia. So a lot of rugby scouts will go to high schools to look for really good talent. So it is not a bad thing for schools to focus on sports. Obviously, not everyone's athletic, but there are some people who are out there who are very athletic and will do the professional sports, justice, or will improve. Improve the sport by, being drafted by one of these scouts. It's the same with like doing a job interview, basically. Some people are great at just doing 9-to-5 jobs. Some people were born to be athletes. So, long story short, yes, it's good for schools to concentrate on sports as well. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Tie up.
Tie up.
Stoppage time.
Stoppage time.
Get off with a slap on the wrist.
Get off with a slap on the wrist.
Justice is served.
Justice is served.
Cuss out.
Cuss out.
Expel.
Expel.